It's like I said, there's just so much. It's just like, for example, as I was getting ready in one of the videos, and again, these are going to be at times sporadic, especially when it's not done on the same day, because, you know, I'm speaking from what's in my heart and from memory, and I don't have a piece of paper here where I've got an outline and I scripted this and what to talk about here. No, it's just not done that way. So to all who listen, there's a lot that I'm going to be talking about. We're talking about the Ingas, Juan Inga and his wife. I don't remember his wife's name. I do remember John, his son. And I can't remember their daughter's name right off the bat. I just remember she's the cutest little girl. But anyway, and that definitely the Sabillons, and even Armando Cruz, Jesse, yeah, Jesse, Jesus, Jesse. Talk about them. A lot of other people. Juan Pena, John Pena. Understand he's got a church now. That's fantastic. I believe firmly that I would be going to his church. Was I there? Now, from what I picked up on the internet, it looks like the Sabillons are going to John Pena's church and all that, and it's great. And it looks like he's separated himself from Victory Christian Center, which is good. If that's the case, I hope so. And talk about the betrayal of Victory Christian Center in relation to my marriage. It's just so incredible, the stuff going on. But anyway, let me talk in relation to. I've talked a lot about what had happened in relation to the belief, totally, that I believe that, Marisol, that something did happen to you, and I do believe that something was a molestation of you as a child or in a preteen. I believe more was in a preteen, and what I actually did say, and I never said that your father did molest you. There's no way I can say that. I wasn't there. But I tell you what I do say. When you look at everything, every single thing, and you put it all together, number one, it does point out to the fact that something did happen to you. And I'm not the only one who said that. And as I mentioned in all these videos, Carmen Gill was the first one to say that. Then in talking to other pastors, from Tom Dillingham to the pastor at Church Angular, to Frank Sullivan, to even Jesse, to even Armando Cruz, and so on. When they heard everything, they were all in it. All would tell me the same thing, which was interesting. Like I said, I was looking for somebody to tell me it wasn't so, and everybody's telling me the same. And when you look at the whole picture, it does point to your father. Now, that I will say. Number one, something did happen to you sexually as a child or preteen. And number two, everything does point to your father being the one that did it. Did he? Don't know. But I will tell you this. Whatever happened to you as a child and by whoever did do it, that's why you have problems with men. You had problems with Michael. It's like you told me yourself. I mean, you weren't even kissed as a teenager. You had a problem. You couldn't let a guy. This came from you. This didn't come from me. Like, you can go ahead and tell everybody here that's a lie. No, it's not a lie. You told me that. You told me that. Michael was the first person to kiss you. That's when he, that's in college. And that wasn't on a first date or first seeing you. That took a while just to kiss you. You told me he was the first person to kiss you, from what I can remember. That you couldn't have a relationship and all that because of your father. Your father could not handle you having a man or a young boy or teenager, whatever, in your life. That's weird. Now, myself, I don't have any problems with Katya having a young man, but it all depends. For example, Katya, I'm going to be frank with you. This guy that you're apparently dating, and that's what it appears on Facebook, David Oakes, seems like a nice guy, young, but I am confused. I thought he went to Evangel, but it looks like he doesn't go to Evangel. It looks like he goes to Union. Whether or not he's a Christian, I have no idea in any way, shape, or form. And naturally, a Christian is I prefer that you, well, once you find out about Nazarenes and what we're really all about, you'll understand why I'm no longer a Christian, why I have denounced this Jesus Christ, because he's a pagan god. Yeshua, al-Mashiach, is the only name you find in the scriptures. And I'm going to talk about that more, but not right now. But the only concern I have about David Oakes is this, Katya. Now, see, this is a concern because I'm a father. This is something your mother would never even think of or see, but I do. And that is, when I look at at your Facebook and what I can look at. It says you're in a relationship. Well, my question is very simple as a father. What kind of relationship are you talking about? See, your mother and I had discussed this while you were a little girl, and just the same thing in relation to Katya and all that. And that is, we were not going to allow any dating because we know that's scripturally anti-scripture. Any dating by you or Isaac or Christian. But see, there is no father, there is no head in the family. You know, we have my wife, ex-wife, the wife. I really prefer to call it the wife because you're not my wife, that's for sure. The wife here is not a man, but trying to take on the position of a man, but can't because the heart's that of a woman, not of a man. Therefore, doesn't see the same things that a father would. And when I looked at David Oak's Facebook, and he says he's in a relationship, but at the same time, he also says in the same Facebook is that his interest, what is his interest? It says women, W-O-M-E-N, in the plural. Plural. That means more than one. And so I'm going, wait a minute. How can this guy who says he's in a relationship with my daughter have an interest in other women or in women overall? I don't know, Katya. But it's something for you to give thought about the so-called relationship that you're in. Because one thing is for sure, I'll be honest with you, Katya, I would not allow it. I love you too much to allow it. I've heard too much teaching in relation to dating and so on. It wouldn't happen. So maybe for that alone, maybe you wouldn't want me in your life. But see, you'll learn later on in life, especially when you have your own children, you'll hopefully still have these videos. They'll always be on the internet, and then you look at it, and when you're looking at your own daughter and you're looking at your own sons, you'll see it very, very differently. But there's no way in the world that any of the three of you would be dating any girl, Isaac and Christian, first of all, because they're girls, and dating is just not a thing that you should be doing. And not until you're ready for marriage, so on. But the next thing is, I'll be frank with you, Katya. I overall, I believe that the three of you are going to be coming to Colombia. I believe that 100%. Might be this summer. Can you come this summer? Sure you can. Now I'll tell you this: no one can stop you from coming. Your mother can't stop you from coming. The abomination of a court has already said that it's what you want, the three of you want. If you three want to come to Colombia and I'm able to do so, can't stop you. Who's going to stop you? Let me tell you something. No one can keep you from me with the truth. They can keep you from me with lies. And that's what's happened. Nothing but lies have been infected into your young minds to turn you against your father. That's the purpose of these videos. My purpose of these videos are not to embarrass you. I'm your father. I wouldn't do anything like that, deliberately, intentionally, in any way, shape, or form. But my first intent is one thing for sure, and that is for you three to get the truth. And the truth hurts. There's no question about it. To do these videos in which I'm here, basically, I'm talking to your mother, and at the same time, here and there, I'll talk to you. But mighty soul, the things that you did to our children, unbelievable. Not so much the divorce, but the things you've done afterward, because they're turning and they're judging their father is upon your head. You know, the word says that when Yeshua is talking, that he who hurts these little ones, it'll be better that a millstone be tied around their neck and they be thrown into the sea than to come before Yeshua for judgment. My soul, you better. All I can say is, I don't know how much time you've got. None of us do. But you've got that time. One thing's for sure, from a universal point of view, it's very short. And you need to come clean with God, Isaac, and Christian. You need to come clean. Now, you're going to have a choice here. You can start telling them everything in this video is a lie, lie, lie. Go ahead. All you're doing, it's kind of like what Ian would do. Ian, when he was going through high school and junior high and all that, he was lie about his teachers, lie to his teachers, lie to it. And what happened? He would get caught up. One more lie, one more lie, one more lie. Until finally we discovered the lie, and then what happened? Judgment came. It's the same thing, Marisol. You're doing the same thing. You've done it. You need to come clean to Katya, Isaac, and Christian. Come clean, Marisol. Repent.